Now, the good news is that the winds aren't as violent as they were yesterday in Chicago, but it's still pretty darn cold. To be expected, I guess, for December football at Soldier Field. Just a short time ago, this crowd loud enough to shake the foundations of this nearly century-old building. They are ready for football indeed in Chicago as their guys get set to do battle with the Washington football team. This will be brought out from the middle of the end zone. And he'll get it up past the 20 to about the 22. First carry now for David Montgomery, and he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. It'll go as a loss of 3 right away, and it's second down. A give. This is Montgomery. And he'll push forward for about 4 up to the 23. And, Charles, you look at this defense. They were a very loose group coming into the week, knowing they kind of had the upper hand going into this one, taking on a team that hasn't won in a month and a half.
And that works well for you if you establish your dominance early in the game against a team that's struggling. But if somehow they fashion some plays together early, knock them back on their heels, that looseness can be used against them. Then they're trying to scramble to make sure they get their game right.
So trouble already here on their opening drive. This is 3rd and 9. Play action. It's Fields. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
That's an excellent job right there on 3rd down. Like any defense, you never want to let them get anything started, and that would have been a first down. Instead, you saw the contact on time, no penalty, and before this drive could get wings, it's 4th down.
It's a return of 5 following a punt of 42 yards. And it will be Washington football now with a 1st and 10. And now movement here right away. Maybe a sign of things to come with this crowd. The false start backs him up 5, 1st and 15. Looking to throw. Franklin. Oh, he's going to take a shot right away. It's caught inside the 25. And he takes this thing way down into Chicago territory. A huge play there for Washington. So the big play means just like that, they'll operate from the red zone now on first down. Off the play fake, Franklin. Oh, this one incomplete. The pressure got to him as he released it. And it's second down.
The good signal calls would never go back in the huddle and play the blame game because they need those guys to protect him. But on that last one, his offensive line, they lost their leverage very quickly, and that's why they were able to get to him and hit him as he tried to throw the football and force an incompletion.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. The first carry for the Memphis man, Antonio Gibson. He'll get forward for 3 down to the 16-yard line.
We called a lot of games, but we don't normally talk about inside linebackers being that fleet of foot, do we?
No, he was able to get outside there to make that play.
Yeah, and you know what makes them faster? Their ability to read plays, understand what offenses are trying to do, and put themselves in proper position.
In need of a conversion on 3rd down. They had the big play to start the drive. Not much sense. Back to throw. Franklin. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And this is picked up by the Bears. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. A bad 3rd down mistake there.
Points were already on the board in their mind. And that's the worst part about it, right? Because it's just like in golf. Never count it in the cup until it rolls in there. Otherwise, you can really get messed up with your scores. In this case, you know they thought, hey, at least 3, maybe even a chance to get 6. It's a little bit demoralizing going off the field now that you've turned it over and you come up empty.
And if he holds on to that, at least the field goal on 4th down. Now they lose it. The last run got 6. Now 2nd and 4. Here's the first carry for Tariq Cohen.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
On 1st and 10, here's Fields. He'll get that complete to his tight end, Kmet. He'll be hit down at the 33, 5 yards on the play.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication, and as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
Throwing again on 2nd down. Fields. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on 3rd down.
It's another zone defense. It looks like it's open for possibilities, but they did a nice job patrolling the middle of the field and forcing an incompletion.
They come up now 3rd and 5 following the incomplete pass. Now a shotgun handoff to Cohen. And he'll be stopped right at midfield.
How best to describe that one? I'd say right down Broadway on that run.
A straight ahead running. I think that might be something we see a lot of between the tackles today.
Well, he's enjoying things so far here this afternoon. Sees a crease and bursts through it for a solid game.
A play fake, now Fields to throw. That's complete right side to Kmet. And this will be stopped at the 44. That one good for 7 yards.
Nice rhythm throw there on first down. He located his tight end, made it a nice easy pitch and catch.
Hoping he can break a tackle or two. Wasn't able to do that there, but still good yardage. They'll fake the handoff. Now Fields. Open man is Kmet, the tight end. And he's going to get this one down to the edge of the red zone.
When you get a big tight end like this, sometimes it takes more than one man to bring him down. Oftentimes, your best bet, just jump on and hold on and wait for your teammates to arrive to help get him on the ground.
From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. They'll set up the screen to Montgomery. Even with that broken tackle, he'll be brought down short of the 15. They'll contain him to just 4. Second down.
The key to any screen play is all in the deception. And that means everyone on the offensive side of the ball. But someone gave it up because that one wasn't very well concealed. And the defense able to rally to him and hold him for just a short gain.
Looking to throw again on second down. Fields. And it's caught. Touchdown. Cole Kmet, his 9th touchdown of the season. And the Bears have taken the early lead.
The losing streak had taken on a life of its own, and I think it infiltrates a team when you're on that much of a slide. But this group has managed to focus, come out early, and put a touchdown on the board. They look like they mean business in this one.
They do. Now the key, holding on to that attitude, because, man, that streak has been a struggle for them. Now after the touchdown, here's Santos to kick this one away. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. And last time, not only the turnover, but that turned into 6 points. They got to make up for that here.
We always hear about empty possessions, but some are worse than others. You can have an empty possession, pump the ball away, get yourself set to play defense, but when you turn it over, it changes momentum, and when they take it downfield and punch it in on you, that's a bad possession all the way around.
Yeah, but you're hungry to get back out there, aren't you?
You'd better be, because otherwise, it's going to be a long day for you.
So now they have to contend with 2nd and 13 after the first down run goes backwards. Looking to throw. Franklin. Got a man. It's De'Ami Brown, complete. It's a pickup of 12, and that'll set up a 3rd down.
Fired that one in there, able to make connection on a nice in route.
With those faster passes when they're going that fast, any hesitation as a quarterback that the deflection, if you miss, might be bigger and lead to an interception?
Yeah, the deflection works both ways. Maybe a defender gets a hand in the way and it pops in the air. And sometimes you throw it so hard your receiver can't handle it, and he pops it up in the air for the defenders to grab as well.
But a moot point there as they were able to connect. Now, look, that wasn't a huge gain, but those are the types of carries I think they were missing in their loss last week. They couldn't get him going on the ground.
Did you get the same feeling I did during our meetings, that they kind of regretted that he didn't touch the ball?
Absolutely.
You know, hey, he should have touched it more last week. They weren't going to make that same mistake, and they've taken care of that early.
After one, 7-0 on EA Sports. Throwing on first down, Franklin. It's complete here to T.Y. Hilton. And this will be good for a pickup of 9 to the 46.
Simple drag route here, lined up out left and tried to work his way back across the field. You probably saw me twitch there, partner, because I think he wanted the ball a little bit sooner. By the time he looked it in, defender was right on him.
Let's go now. 60 by 6. 60 by 6.
Second and 1. This is caught by his tight end, Logan Thomas. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle's made here at the Bears 33.
When this offense can get their tight ends involved, they can move the football. Here, a nice route, able to look it in, and picks up the first down.
So they'll come up first and 10 now from the 33. From the gun, Franklin. He's got it to Gibson. Touchdown, Washington. Antonio Gibson with touchdown number 7 on the year. And Washington now an extra point away from tying this thing up. Extra point by Gay is up and good. And we are tied here in the second quarter. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. And they're going to mark that where it went out of bounds. So really good starting field position up past the 40-yard line. Good starting field position for them here as they come up first and 10 at the 41-yard line. One play action, Fields. And this is taken in by Darnell Mooney. And he'll be taken down across the 50 at the 45 in enemy territory.
The goal for any offense versus his own defense, find the holes where guys are available and put the ball on the receiver before any defender can step up and fill it.
They did it well there. Perfectly executed crossing route.
47's the mark. 47's the mark.
Now a first down throw. Fields got his man complete over the middle. That's Robinson. And he's corralled, but not before getting it inside the 35.
I think that's a big pickup for a first down because when you run a drag route against zone, you're sometimes asking for trouble because you might run into a defender.
Yeah, well, there they ran into a first down. Executed it to perfection. First down, here's the run with Montgomery. Powering his way forward. And inside the 20 before he's brought down.
Would you say this offense is locked in right now?
They're having no trouble on this drive. What is it, 3 plays, 3 first downs?
Yeah, you talk about on the march. They keep this up, they'll get to that end zone real fast.
So from the 17 now, here's a first and 10.
47's the mark, boy. 47. Check, 47. Get wide. Shoot.
Out of the gun, running with Cohen. And he'll be stopped after a gain of only a couple down to the 15-yard line.
That play reminded me a lot of a former teammate of mine. We used to call him the trash man. His ability to sift through traffic and make plays was uncanny.
And that's exactly what you want from your Mike linebacker. The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. Fields. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Landon Collins. And the return will stop right around the 25. CD, I know it's just his 2nd year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape. He's like, I shouldn't have thrown that ball.
No doubt about it, and his coaching staff will be emphatic about he shouldn't have thrown that ball. But remember, 2nd year, as you noted, on-the-job training. So he's got to take this feedback that he's getting, negative or otherwise, and turn it into positives moving forward.
Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. As we grind toward the end of the season here, and they haven't had the season that they had hoped. So let me ask you to play GM. Where might they look to make some changes?
I think when you look into the upcoming draft, think hard about them drafting multiple offensive linemen. They've got to get stouter up front. And as a GM, it always tells me, Charles, this is a big boy league, and big people always end up winning games for you.
The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. Back to throw. Franklin throwing the out route, incomplete. It's Brown. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44.
But one of the ways that quarterbacks keep all the receivers alive in a play, never lock in on any one guy. Make sure you keep your eyes moving, scan the field. And here he finds the open guy for a nice pickup.
On first down, Franklin. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football.
A lot of bad news on that play for them, wasn't there? Lost the football, lost a lot of yardage, but I think the good news outweighs it. Able to retain possession. That was big for them.
After the sack, oh, they're staring at a challenge basically from the other side of town. It's 2nd and a country mile. And he fires one incomplete. So, Charles, you talk about this head coach and his future with this franchise. Look, it's been a frustrating year, and I think we saw some of that frustration boil over at his weekly press conference earlier in the week.
Yeah, he's trying to say all the right things, isn't he? But he's heard the rumors. He knows what's going on out there. And right now, he is tired of having to answer the question, are you on the hot seat in every meeting with reporters? This week, he kind of said, I've had enough. And I don't blame him. He looks like a guy that may very well be out the door.
We'll call that a punt of 38 yards officially, and the Bears take over. The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. And the interception thrown in the red zone last time. We'll see if they can rebound.
I just have to think the last thing he said as they went back out there was, don't do that again. What do you think?
What do you think?
Yeah, I think that. I think that not only did he say that, but he also told him, let's put it in the end zone that it's supposed to be in, all right? The end zone we're trying to score. I know we're being a little bit facetious here, but the bottom line is take care of the football, and everything else should flow from there.
Quick lesson, never ask the play-by-play guy a question.
Hey, you're my partner. I know you're right there with me.
From the 50, here's Fields. And this will be caught by Mooney. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up 2nd down.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
2nd down at 5. Now a first carry for their fullback. We've hit the 2-minute mark of the first half. All knotted up at 7.
Let's go! Let's go! Let's go!
Coming up at halftime, I'll go from one personality, that's you, Charles Davis, to another one in Orlando, the coach. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL. You and Jonathan Coachman, both larger than life.
No doubt about it.
But you're stuck with me in this booth,
yes,
and he's miles away and smiling.
And happy.
6 yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4. Meanwhile, Fields' throw pulled in by Robinson here. And down to the 20 he'll go before heading out of bounds.
Well, that's certainly has to feel good. It's not all the time that the play caller should get all the credit. Sometimes I think in the huddle, the quarterback just says, hey, who's going to make a play for me? I just need something right here. And the end result there, nice first down. Drive keeps moving.
They're going to try the jet sweep. Robinson with it. Give him a couple on the carry there. 2nd and 8.
Let's just make this one succinct. Nice job there. All 11 guys on defense diagnosing the jet sweep and putting it down.
Second down and 8. Fields now to throw. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off down at the 10. And the return will stop them well inside their own 20 at the 15-yard line. Well, they were in a great position to take the lead, Charles. Obviously, all they needed was a field goal to do that. They wanted the touchdown. Unfortunately, they're going to get neither.
And you know every offense talks about the same thing each week, don't they, Brandon? They want to end every drive with a kick, whether it's a field goal attempt, a point after the touchdown, or at worst, a punt. This time they had that opportunity but didn't get it because you know the field shrinks that close to the end zone, and that allows the defense to tighten up their coverage, and they pick that one off.
And way up past the 35 before he's taken down.
Certainly no settling into the drive there. They came right out on the first play and attacked the middle of the field for a big gainer and a first down.
One play has him to the 37 here for 1st and 10. Operating from the gun. Franklin looking deep for Hilton. And this one is incomplete.
You know, if following up on this head coach and the pressure that he is under, CD, I want to switch it to you because you've been on winning teams, but I know you've been in similar situations too where things just are not going well. How do you approach that as a player?
It's a tough approach, Brandon, because you actually have to do the opposite of what you would think. You know, in your mind, you're thinking, I redouble my efforts, I go harder. In a sense, you have to back off a little bit. You have to do a little bit less. Do what you're supposed to do, but don't take on the pressures of doing more and trying to do your teammates' jobs as well. If you do that, that's really going to lead you to more issues. And this was a nice example of an offensive coordinator scheming his guy open, just a little underneath route, just trying to free up some space, and it worked awfully well. Got him not just space, but plenty of room to run after the catch to pick up really nice yardage.
They'll look to throw again. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off by Brian Poole. And the Bears are going to get this back to their own 34-yard line. He's had a fantastic rookie season, made a lot of lovely throws, but that wasn't one of them.
Well, we got to give him one, don't we? I mean, with the year he's having, a lot easier for he and his teammates to accept that throw because for the most part, what they've seen, it's been pretty sensational.
At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. And they've got a little under 40 seconds to go if they want to try to put something together here. Gonna let one fly for Robinson. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
Well, partner, they're not content to run this one out as we head towards the half, trying to hit a big chunk play right there and add to their score.
Yeah, this is a confident group. At the very least, they're thinking field goal.
Yeah, and I don't blame them one bit. I don't think you sit on the ball going into the half when you have a chance to put some more points on the board.
And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. Now the Bears going to use the second of their timeouts as the stoppage will come with 23 seconds to go till halftime. Fields on first down. Gonna let one fly for Robinson. And that went a little too high as it's knocked away and incomplete.
Similar to a shooter in basketball, just connected on the previous shot. They run another set for him on the next play. Now, we had a guy who made the catch. They tried to get the big one downfield, but came up empty.
2nd and 10, a very chilly day here, but no snow. And I got to say, if it's going to be this cold, I want snow. You should see Charles' face. He's looking at me like I'm crazy. That's complete to Mooney.
Now the Bears will use their 3rd and final timeout as they stop it with 11 seconds remaining in this first half. So even though it's first down, here's the field goal unit on now to try to get 3 before halftime. This officially a 55-yard attempt. And this won't get there. Won't be online either. It's no good. Off to the right. And this game will remain tied here in quarter number 2. The long-distance shot before break comes up empty, but now Charles flipped the script. Time for likely one more play as field position becomes an issue.
Yeah, when you talk about field position, remember, if this kick is missed, the ball comes back to where? The spot that they snapped it from. So field position becomes a factor. I think at this spot, you might also want to think about throwing the Hail Mary.
And now this is intercepted. My goodness. Picked off by Jalen Johnson. And the Bears are going to get the football back as time will run out in this 3rd quarter of play. Okay, Coach, thanks as always. This one's still anyone's game as we welcome you back for quarter number 3. Set and ready to go for the second half. 1 touchdown apiece, 7-7 our score. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25.
Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. It's a tie football game here. What do you think, Charles, the message was at halftime?
Well, I think that they probably just looked at things and said, we're fortunate that this is a tie game. No need to panic. No need to change a whole lot. We didn't play anything close to our best in the first half, so we don't have to go out and win one for the Gipper. Let's just go out and play our best football and win one for us.
Man, I just love being in this stadium. So much history, tradition, so many great teams and games, and we're seeing a pretty good one right now, hotly contested in the 3rd quarter.
So, Charles, tie game here. What are your keys as we continue to play this second half?
I know people think it's always trite when you say the same things over and over, but they're tried and true in the game of football. Who's going to block better? Who's going to tackle better? In this case, to me, it's turnovers. You've got to take care of the football in order to win the game.
Now they face a 3rd down and 4 after that incompletion on 2nd down.
Shotgun handoff to Gibson.
And he will not get there as they stop him short right around the 34-yard line. 3 yards won't be enough here as that'll bring up 4th down.
When a good play is made on defense, oftentimes leverage is the key to everything. Defensive line not getting turned, all the other guys making sure they're in the right spot. And on that play, they were able to stop him short of a 1st down.
So they're forced to punt on 4th as this one's away. And he'll be out of bounds across the 30-yard line. They'll score that a 36-yard punt, and that will come the offense as they take over. The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. And both of these defenses have been stifling these last few drives offensively. Just not able to get anything going, so what needs to change?
I think a lot of the guys will go back and review, so to speak, because everyone has someone assigned to how did each play work. Okay, what did we use that kind of worked for us during this game? Try and get back to some of those plays, as well as the possibility of showing something you haven't shown already in this game and trying to change things up.
We'll see if they take the advice of Mr. Davis.
And he's going to be intercepted for the 3rd time thus far.
Picked off right around the 43.
And he will bring this one back. It is a pick six for a Washington touchdown.
It goes without saying, but I'm going to say it anyway. That's a ball he would like to have back, and it lands right in the lap of the defender. From there, he doesn't have very far to go before he gets to the end zone, and he got there in a hurry.
And that is off the left upright. It's no good. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick six. And now the kick is away. And here comes a return from a few steps into the end zone. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback. At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. To Montgomery to begin the drive. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
Well, any lane that might have been open there was closed pretty quickly, and that was because the defensive front, they won that battle at the point of attack at the line of scrimmage. They used great leverage, held their spot, and stacked him up.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. Now Fields. This one swung out to Montgomery. And he'll be brought down right at the 30 here.
Another catch for him there on this drive, Brandon. And it looks like they're going to utilize him out of the backfield any way they can. And that time they pick up a first down. So now on defense, do you assign a man to him and try and cover him before he gets going?
So 1st and 10 now from the 30. Coming right, this is Montgomery on the toss. And tough going there as he'll only get it up to about the 31. Tim Settle, the Virginia Tech Hokie, in there on the stop.
No doubt about it. A really nice job there by the defense, not allowing him to get to the perimeter. But that means your defensive ends, your outside linebackers, the guys that you pay big money to sack the quarterback, they also have to have interest in the running game as well. And they did a nice job there of holding the point of attack and not giving ground.
And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. Now we're going to get a stoppage. Appears to be an injured Bear on the field. Not something you want to see in Week 16 or any week, really. We'll be right back. Couple of first downs to kick off the drive. Here's 1st and 10 up at the 46.
47's the mic. 47's the mic. And let's pin the mirrors back and go full strip.
Here's Fields. And this is going to fall to the ground, incomplete. That very nearly their 4th pick of the game. Instead, 2nd down. Second and 10.
On the handoff, it's Cohen. And he'll be taken down just shy of midfield after a gain of about 4.
That 2nd down play call was not to pick up the first down. It was to accomplish what they did to get them into a manageable 3rd down because they had incompletion on 1st down, so they were behind the sticks, so to speak. They needed to make up some ground, and they did.
Throwing on 3rd down, Fields.
Over the middle, complete. It's Montgomery. And they'll get him down about 3 yards short of the 1st. 3 yards, all they could muster there, and it'll bring up 4th down. Here comes the Bears punter now, as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. And he'll get this away into the icy winter air. And this one hits at the 3 and then bounds into the end zone for a touchback. 1st and 10.
Franklin, they'll set up the screen for Gibson.
And he'll be out of bounds right at the 40.
That was a beautifully executed screen pass. Let the rushers get upfield. The blocking forms in front. Lofted it to the runner. And now, not only does he have open space in front of him, he's got an escort as well, and they pick up big yardage.
So quickly all the way up at the 40-yard line. First carry for James Conner. And he takes this up right near the 45-yard line. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be 2nd down.
That's a really good gain right there. They pick up 5 yards halfway to a 1st down. The only problem now in the huddle, everyone's going to want to touch the football. Be a lot of chattering now because they've seen that they can move the line of scrimmage.
The 1st down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5. From the gun, Franklin. He's going to fire one deep left sideline. And the defense loses him. It's complete. And he takes this just a few yards shy of the red zone before going out. A big play that time through the air. 32 yards. Throwing on 1st down. Franklin. Flushed out right. And he'll just get rid of it.
They've given up a few 1st downs on this drive, but getting the incompletion there, that should give them something to build on and maybe turn the tide.
So after the incompletion on 1st, now 2nd and 10. Over the middle here to Brown. Touchdown! De'Ami Brown, his 3rd touchdown now on the year.
And Washington going to add on to their lead.
So a nice touchdown pass for the rookie there. And, you know, as they go down the stretch, look, they're not a playoff team. This is just confidence building and growth time for him, right?
Yeah, it's a game within the game, isn't it? Because every team wants to win all games on their schedule. But the development of this rookie quarterback is paramount for this team. So you're exactly right. Every rep, doesn't matter what the game, what the situation, what the score, valuable for him, valuable for his team as they look towards next year.
Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes.
They'll elect to bring it out here from the end zone. And he'll be stopped right around where he would have been had he gone down to a knee, maybe a yard shy of there at the 24.
The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. And hoping to do better than they did their last possession when they punted the football.
Appeal to the vanity of your offense.
And he cannot avoid the pressure as the Washington pass rush gets home. Chase Young
in there to drop him for his 11th sack of the year. Protection certainly going to need to be a bit better here on 2nd and 16. Another try after the 1st down sack. Fields. Man open is Robinson. And he'll get it up near the 35, right at the 34 here.
That's a good bounce back play right there after taking a sack on 1st down. Didn't quite get it to the marker, but now they're in a much better spot for a 3rd and short yardage call. If you're the offensive coordinator, you like looking at that section a heck of a lot better than trying to figure out 3rd and long.
They'll run it. Here's Montgomery. And he'll lose yardage. Brought down at the 32. That'll back him up 2 yards and also bring up 4th.
You've got to figure the further they fall behind, the more you think that they'll get away from the run. They're trying to stick with it, but the results, they just aren't there.
A nice punt, but a good run back as well, 13 yards.
And the offense will take over with a new set of downs.
Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense.
Well, they've got the lead here getting late into the third quarter. And the passing game for them, it's been terrific. We've seen that, but the rushing game almost non-existent.
And with the lead and trying to finish this game off, they need the running game to come back to life. They need to get sparked that way, take some time off the clock, and keep the ball away from their opponents.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down. Looking to throw. Franklin. Escaping the pressure right. On the run, he'll let this go deep right side. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long way out there, but it'll be 3rd down.
That was an interesting look there because as soon as he got outside the pocket, I thought he was going to take off and run for yardage. But what often happens now with these quarterbacks who can move, defenses want to try and keep bodies in front of them, and I think that discouraged him from taking off and made him try a pass downfield that fell incomplete.
And he'll work it across midfield inside the 45. With that grab, he now sits at 200 for his career, and maybe more importantly, a first down. Again, he'll drop to throw. And he's going to get this inside the 30. Still throwing the football here, even with the big lead.
Yeah, I know you and I came up in a different era, and we think about sportsmanship and all that. Other people think about fantasy points and getting their numbers. That's all they care about right now.
They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. Screen pass to Connor. And he'll be brought down inside the 20 at the 19. A good pickup there on first as the screen pass gets him 8.
Another nice pickup through the air, and I think a lot of people might expect him to run the ball in this situation, Brandon, but with this lead, they're electing to throw the football. Swings, slants, quick outs, things that they consider safe.
Back to throw again. And able to get him down, but he does reach the 5.
Well, that should be a reminder defensively, and I think it's a reminder to myself because you just can't sell out to stop the run. There's still enough time that this offense can move the football through the air, even on 1st and 2nd downs, and they obviously picked the right spot to throw the ball there.
A good chance now to put this game on ice. This is 1st and goal. They'll run here with Connor. And he is into the end zone for a Washington touchdown. James Conner with touchdown number 8 on the year.
And Washington is able to stretch their lead.
Gay is on for the point after. He missed one earlier, remember, but this time he gets it to go. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away.
Well, from deep in the end zone, he's going to bring this out. And the decision to bring it out, not a good one, as he's tackled at the 15.
In this position, trying to get back into the game, teams are looking for a spark from their special teams. That's not what they got, though. They got a setback, and they have a long field to cover if they want to try and put points on the board.
At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense.
It's now appearing that this losing streak is going to continue. You know, the coaching staff was confident that this was going to be the game to stem the tide, but that just has not been the case.
And he'll be corralled well upfield right around the 40-yard line.
Well, this game was decided a while ago, and that completion there is going to artificially inflate his passing numbers. So right now, the only one really applauding probably his agent as he thinks about angling for a new contract.
So quickly all the way up at the 40-yard line.
47's the mic, boys. 47. Check, 47. Let him know, let him know. Let him know, let him know.
Out of the gun, Fields. Oh, he dropped it. And that's pretty indicative of the way this one's gone. Well, it just seems like all game long there hasn't been a lot of sync quarterback to wide receiver on this side of the football.
They haven't been on the same page, quarterback and receivers. Heck, they haven't been on the same grease board when you draw plays up. They haven't been on the same Surface tablet that you look at on the sidelines. Nothing's worked for them. They've got to find a way to start matching each other's movements.
And his pass is intercepted for the fourth time today. Picked off by Patrick Onwuasor. And he's able to get it back here to the 43-yard line. Another costly turnover, their second of this second half. And earlier when I asked you your keys to the second half, you said, hey, it may be trite, but I think it's turnovers. That's coming to fruition.
It certainly is, and let's face it, they named the game after it, right? So isn't it the most important thing?
But
it's football. Exactly. They named the game for it. Take care of it.
On 1st and 10 is Connor. And some room to work. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25.
A good run there off right tackle in an old school NFL football. The right side of the offensive line, often known as the nasty side. The left side, usually the technical side. Kind of reminds me of the old Atlanta Falcons 2009, 2010. That's how they constructed their offensive line.
Right back to Connor here on 1st. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where it'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
The former Gamecock here. This is Mike Davis. And he'll go down here at the 12-yard line.
I have to chuckle to myself a little bit, Brandon, because right now I could be in that huddle with that offensive line, and I know exactly what they're saying. If you call a pass play here, we're going to call a timeout. Run the football. We've got control of this thing. Get in behind us and let's go.
Their time to shine. They'll get this down inside the 10 for a pickup of about 3.
Just not a whole lot of room to operate there on that carry.
No, not at all. They did a really nice job staying in their proper places and not allowing any lanes to open up.
Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So it's Washington with the football here as we welcome you back. And you'd have to figure they're just looking to burn these final 2 minutes away and get out of here with a victory. And he will maneuver his way down to about the 7. He's hit pay dirt a lot this year, but not that time.
Yeah, I'm tracking right there with you. You're exactly right. He's found the end zone plenty of times. No way I can find any fault with the call. He may not have scored there, but of course you're going to give it to him.
On 3rd down, it's Connor. And he takes it in. Touchdown, Washington. James Conner. His 2nd touchdown of the game and his 9th on the year.
And Washington able to stretch that lead out even further.
Extra point by Gay is up and good. And that'll increase their lead to 28. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away.
And here comes a return from the middle of the end zone. And he'll be dropped at the 21-yard line. So bringing it out of the end zone proves not a good decision. Loses him about 4 yards.
The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. Let's just be frank. They're playing for pride at this point.
that's all.
And the Washington pressure gets to him, and he will go down. Montez Sweat make that now 8 sacks for him on the season.
We've been around this league for a while, and many coaches never pull their starting quarterback, almost no matter the situation. In this case, though, I think he's got to make a decision. He's taking a pretty good beating out there.
Yeah, with the deficit, maybe not wanting to risk an injury. Oh, here is another interception. Picked off at the 14. And good field position coming up here. The football at the 12-yard line.
Coming out with a jumbo package to start the drive.
They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. And he'll fight his way down inside the 10 to the 9-yard line. A gain of 3, second down.
Well, they held him to a short gain on that one, and it almost felt like on that first run, they were trying to just throw the jab at him. So how do you stop a jab? Get closer and smother it, just as they did on that last play.
Connor going to get it again on second down.
And running room hard to come by here. He gets it down to the 8. Now the Bears going to call the first of their timeouts as they'll stop him with a little over 30 ticks to go in the football game. On third down, Connor. They'll give him a yard on the play, and that'll bring up fourth down. Now the Bears going to use the second of their timeouts as they stop it with 28 seconds to go in this football game. And Gay knocks this one through. And they're well on their way now as the lead grows even larger.
Well, he was a spectator for much of this game. This is his first field goal opportunity of the entire contest, but he's able to connect.
Yeah, he had a pretty good seat to this one, didn't he? But let's face it, all kickers that you and I know, they want to contribute. They want their opportunity, and he seized his.
And he'll wind up getting a couple extra yards here for his trouble to bringing it out of the end zone as he's down at the 27.
At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. They've lost this one. Their offense has struggled. Do they try to put together something here at the end just to take into next week?
Yeah, sometimes teams want to do that and coaches want to. I remember one time I was on a team and we were losing late in a game like this, and you knew it was lost. It was over, right? And the coach called a running play and pretty much said to everyone, I want to see something executed well before we get out of here. And that was the message to the team.
Just something to build on.
Just something to build on, get it done, and maybe we can look at that and say, we'll get better as we go forward.
On first down, it's Fields.
Complete to Newsom. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30.
So it's Washington getting the victory here.
And they were buoyed, Charles, by a big second half that put this one on ice.
So you get the sense that whatever was said at halftime obviously hit home.